with the video. We'll join coverage on the radio at the conclusion of this overtime game. Here's Chapman off a feed, and a foul whistled against Eckernet. 2:06 to go, and Deprecia Chapman goes to the line to try and tie this ball game. 40-38. And Deprecia. Jim goes quiet, and she misses short on the first one. A little different atmosphere during free throws than we had last night in the Clopton-Ellsbury game.
Yeah, both fan bases were didn't let them have any quiet ones.
Second shot is short also, and Mark Twain the rebound. Long pass ahead to Arndt. Ball goes to the floor, and it's going to stay with Mark Twain, and Arndt is injured. She may have hit her kneecap. She says, I'm all right, I'm all right, I'm all right.
Had to gather herself, yeah. Yep. Mark Twain, our crowd wanted to foul.
So as soon as this game ends, we're going to send it to the other gym. Here's a shot off the inbound play. Arndt fights for the rebound. It's a tie-up, and it's going to go to Louisiana. Good job hanging on that time. Is that Powell?
I believe so.
You got to move, though. Yep. We got to get this ball in. They go bounce pass this time to Ty Campbell. Campbell's just going to put it down and run. Puts on the brakes as she gets across the line. Here's Pedersen. Kicks it out. Baseline. Chapman. Shot a little long, and the rebound pulled down by Anna Echternack. Long pass ahead. They've figured that one out. And a foul on Pedersen off the miss by Taylor Martin. She'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Up by 2. Minute 37 to play here in overtime.
Smart foul back there by Pedersen. Don't want to give up a free, easy layup. And, it gives them a chance to stop the clock, catch their breath.
And the first shot, another high archer. No good.
And the free throw shooting of Mark Twain has been, very questionable tonight. So.
Yeah, they'll hit runs. They'll make a few, and then they'll miss a few. Second one, no good. Rebound, knocked out of bounds by Echternack. And it goes back to the Lady Dogs, who can tie or take the lead with a 3. Powell. Bounce pass to Pedersen. Works around a defender, gets across the line. Over to the far side, kick out for Jalea. Almost traveled, gives it to Pedersen. Off the glass and good. We're tied at 40. Jordan Pedersen on a nice feed from Reese. And now, Deprecia just jammed all her fingers.
That's really painful. It doesn't seem like much, but just when you catch that ball right at the tip of your fingers, gosh, that hurts.
She's trying to shake it off while returning to her defensive assignment. Over to the far side. It's Taylor Martin. High blocks. Kick it back out. There's Waters. Top of the key. Long 3. That one's off the mark, and the rebound knocked out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Mark Twain. So, Louisiana, a chance to take the lead here with 1:04 to go. Again, you got to get it in. That's the first part. Long this time to Pedersen. Look out behind you, Jordan. Gets it to Chapman. Her shot from the baseline is good. Maybe jamming those fingers. Did her good.
This crowd just erupted.
42-40. And a timeout taken by Mark Twain. They trail Louisiana by 2 here in overtime. 49.8 seconds to go in the extra session on KJFM.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Craig's Truck and Tractor, Craig Bowen CPA, PJ Salon, and the Evans Insurance Agency.
From our roots in St. Louis, Royal Banks of Missouri is branching out to continue serving you with our locations in St. Charles, Jerseyville, Granite City, and now in Hannibal, Center, and New London. Royal Banks of Missouri, the community bank in your community.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Pike County Memorial Hospital and Cellular and Satellite Center.
42-40 our score. Timeout continues. 49.8 seconds to go. Louisiana ahead by a pair. Let's send it over to Jim and Marianne for a quick Eagle 102 game break.
Well, we just threw it up, and we're just underway. First possession, Silex owns the opening tip, so we'll get it right back to you.
All right, we'll join that game in progress as soon as this one comes to a conclusion. But we're going to get this one done in 1 OT, Zach?
It looks like it might be going to a second one the way these two teams are playing right now in overtime.
Taylor Martin with the ball for Mark Twain off the timeout. Here's Riley Waters back up high for Autumn Arndt. Skip pass to the near side, back to Waters. She goes baseline, tries to go around everybody, no good. And the Bulldogs get the rebound with Emily Powell. Putting on the brakes at the line was Ty Campbell. Gets across now and has it knocked out of bounds. 25.1 seconds to go. Louisiana will have it at the end of their own bench. I'm surprised we didn't have any fouls whistled.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And they get it in. Here's Powell.
Slow it down.
Yep, make them foul you.
Yeah,
and there it is. Arndt fouls. That's her first. With 20 seconds to go. And Emily Powell will head to the line for a two-shot opportunity here in OT to make this a two-possession game. Has to hit them both to make a true two-possession. And she makes the first. Oh. It went off the back iron up in the air, and she got it to fall. This is the big one here. 43-40. Lady Dogs lead, and in and out. And Campbell fights for the rebound. It's still loose. A lot of time coming off the clock. Long pass ahead. They get it to Arndt. You're down by 3. Oh, she gets fouled by Reese from behind. Let her have the 2 in that situation.
The clock's going to run, you know. Wow.
9.3 seconds to go. Arndt at the line.
She looked like a wide receiver going up to get that ball.
Oh, my goodness. That was a Hail Mary. Fourth foul on Jalea. And the first shot in and out. Stays a 3-point game. Louisiana. You know, I felt heartbreak coming in regulation. They avoided that, kept it tied. This one off the glass. She had to miss that one. They get it. Off the glass, no good. Down to 5 seconds. A tie up. And it favors Mark Twain. Mark Twain 5-5 on the season. Louisiana 0-7. And a timeout on the floor. Let's send it to the high school gym for an Eagle 102 game break.
Well, we're off to a slow start here. Clopton leads it 1-0 as Mooney goes in and shoots a layup and gives the Owls the lead at 2-1 with 6:35 to play in the first. Back to the small gym.
43-40, 3.7 seconds to go. And Mark Twain will have the ball. They've got to kick it out for a 3 at this point.
Yeah, they have to have a 3, you know, can't settle for anything less.
And, I mean, you'd expect it to end up in the hands of number 15, right?
I would agree, you know. They haven't had much to, you know, they haven't hit hardly anything from downtown, but I think she's your best three-point shooter and your best player on the floor right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if the ball went to her.
She's only got 1 from beyond the arc. Riley Waters has the other. They're both on the floor right now. So those would be your 2 options, you would think, especially with Ross fouled out.
Let's see what Coach Boswell drew up out of the timeout.
3.7 seconds to go. Louisiana 43, Mark Twain 40. Winner goes to the Consolation Championship. Emily Evans to inbound. They get it to the corner. Down to 2 seconds. Here's the 3. That misses everything out of bounds, and that's it. Louisiana has won and will play on Saturday. Their first win of the season. Look at them. They are ecstatic.
What a game.
That is a happy bunch of Lady Dogs. 43-40, our final. Louisiana picks up their first win, goes to the Consolation Championship. Mark Twain out after 2 games, drops to 5-6 on this season. For Zach Evans, Mark Froning, we're sending it to the high school gym for Jim and Marianne.
Well, congratulations to the Lady Bulldogs. And we're still at a 2-1 lead for Silex. A lot of turnovers to start this game. There's another turnover by Silex. 3 for Clopton, 2 for Silex now. Neither team's really settled in, Marion. It's been kind of sloppy.
It has been, and this is not the same Clopton Lady Hawks team we saw on Monday night, but hopefully like our last game, the teams will settle down here in the first, and we'll see a little bit cleaner basketball here in the next couple quarters.
Silex in their road greens, moving from our right to our left on your radio dial. Driving to the baseline, kicks it into the post now. Up is Maddie Hall. She just came into the game with the first 2 points for her. And the lead is now 3 at 4-1, being the biggest lead of the game by either team. Back comes Clopton quickly. A short corner shot is in and out, no good. Ellis with the rebound for the Owls. They work against a little pressure. Into the front court now comes Mooney. Mooney stops. Looks inside, kicks it back out to the head of Keita Ellis. She'll drive the right elbow now, has it stolen away by Smith. Brea has her pocket picked right from behind by Thurman. We've seen this 2 or 3 times, back-to-back turnovers. Down and low to Mooney, her shot's up, no good, but we've got a whistle and a foul.
You know, fouls are something that we watched a lot of, unfortunately, in the last game. Some kids got into some foul troubles and free throws. I was hoping that maybe this game wasn't going to go that direction, but it seems like it may have already started down that road.
Yeah, 5 fouls already. We haven't played 4 minutes yet. Mooney's first free throw rattles in and out. She'll get a second. Gradicky returns as Isom comes in for the first time for the Lady Owls. Also in for Clopton is Skylar Parker. As Madeline Bruni will take a seat. Second free throw is good, and the lead grows to 4 at 5-1. Lady Hawks need a bucket. Back they come, quickly down low. Shot off the glass is no good by Hammett. Owls with the rebound. Gradicky under heavy pressure now looks to outlet it. Gets it to Isom. Isom into the front court now. Into the paint to Hall. She'll go up in the middle and score. Maddie Hall comes in and immediately makes her presence felt. And we've got a timeout on the floor. 4:14 to play here in the first. The Owls lead at 7-1. You're listening to Clopton Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Peyton's Motorsports Center, Royal Banks, and County Market in Vandalia.
Buying a home can be scary, but not with RE/MAX Realty. Whether you're looking to sell or to buy a home, commercial property, investment property, or land in Pike County and the surrounding area, the RE/MAX Realty Shop is here to help. When you or someone you know wants a passionate advocate to share the home buying experience with, call me. We will both be glad you did. I'm Elisha Koenig, RE/MAX agent.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio, brought to you by Young Enterprises, Family Drug, and Brown Smokehouse Meats.
Well, a sloppy start, but the Owls have kind of found their footings and lead at 7-1, Marianne.
Yeah, I tell you what, we saw Brea Smith come in and get the 1 steal. We'll see if she comes in and maybe finds her groove here in the final 4 minutes here of the first quarter. I think Silex definitely paid attention to that game on Monday evening.
Yeah, for sure. A little full court pressure this time, 2-2-1 zone by the Owls. Sometimes you press a team that likes to press, and they have trouble with it, and they do. Stolen by Mooney to the glass, off the backboard, no good. Rebound by the Owls, up and in by Isom. So the Owls doing the job defensively so far. They lead it by 8. Against full court pressure, they break it now. Into the front court goes Hammett. She's got some space, 3-on-1. Down low to Yates. Her shot's partially blocked, but there's a whistle and a foul. And I believe they'll get Maddie Isom for her first foul of the game.
And I will say that this isn't exactly the same Silex Owls team I saw on Monday night either. They look like they've really went back and looked at maybe their game tape, found some things that they needed to adjust, and made those adjustments.
Well, I'll say the same thing about the Lady Owls as I did about the Clopton boys when Tony Francis came to Clopton. Robert's back at Silex now after a good stint there years ago, and all they've got to do is listen to him. He can coach.
Yep.
And they'll get better. And he told me before the game they didn't play very well the other night. They weren't happy with it. So far, so good tonight. As both free throws by Yates are no good. Back come the Owls. Gradicky with a runner from the right wing, no good. Mooney all over the glass, kicks it back to Thurman. She'll fire 3, left wing, back the rim, no good. Gradicky on the glass again. She'll put it up in the crowd. It won't go. So 3 chances for the Owls. They can't score. Baseball pass by Yates is knocked down by Thurman, but out of bounds. And the Hawks will have it in the front court just to the right of the score table. 3:30 to play here in the first. 9-1. Silex leads it. The 2 seed is Clopton. Silex an upset winner as they were the 6 seed. Into the paint now. Kicked outside as they working around to Yates. Head of the key now to Bruni, who's back in the game. Her 3 balls good.
And if you're going to get back on track, that's the way to do it.
Madeline Bruni drains the first 3 ball of the night. No problem with the press. Thurman. Right wing now to Isom. Her wild shot's no good. Rebounds loose on the floor. And the Hawks come away with it. Parker gets it to Talbert, who's back into the game. Malley working in the front court. Left wing to Yates. Deep corner to Smith. We haven't heard from her yet. She had a big game the other night in the first round. 2:50 to play in the first. Yates, a deep 3 from the wing. Off the glass and good.
Back-to-back 3 bombs, and it's a 2-point game.
Yep, the 3 ball changed the game. Full court press. Smith knocks it out of bounds, and it goes into the bleachers, into a young child. Smith thought it might have hit her, so she ran over to see if she was all right. Full court pressure again, and Bruni will be whistled for the foul.
You know, those 3 bombs also help shift that momentum just a little bit, too. We'll see if Clopton is able to take advantage of that.
They do. Jasmine Hammett back into the game. Bruni will take a seat for Clopton. They back off the full court pressure a little bit. Thurman runs the point for the Owls. Right wing to Ison. Back to Thurman between the circles. Skip pass inside in the paint to Hall. It rattles around and drops. She's got 6 here in the first quarter.
Maddie Hall is good underneath that basket. We talked about it on Monday night. She's got long arms, and she's very aggressive underneath the basket, and that works well for the Lady Owls.
Dribbling through the pressure is the Hawks. They get it in the front court to Talbot. Her hot shot from the block is partially blocked by Graticky, and the Owls come up with the loose ball up the far sideline. Ison now into the front court. Drops it inside to Thurman. Good pass. Her shot won't go. Graticky with the rebound. She can't score it, and it's going to go out of bounds off the Owls on the rebound. So Graticky having a lot of tough luck around the bucket so far tonight. And she'll take a seat as Carly Ellis will return up off the bench for the first time. Taylor Howard will join the fun as Thurman will take a seat.
Again, want to throw a big congratulations out to the Louisiana Lady Bulldogs, who won their first game, broke a 50-game streak, from what I understand.
Yeah, that's a good win for them. Owls turn it over again. In the front court comes Smith. Backs out behind the 3 in the near corner. Down to 1:49 to play. We're in the first. Ball stolen away now by Hall for Silex. 6th turnover of the game. Into the front court now. They'll slow things down. Ellis between the circles. Hands it back to Mooney. Mooney now to Howard. Howard in the high post to Hall. She'll pull up from 10. Good. Woo, what a quarter for Maddie Hall. She's got 8, and the lead goes back to 5 at 13-7. Down to 1:20 to play in the quarter, and we've got a foul on Howard.
Howard was moving, trying to get her foot over on that out-of-bounds line to stop that progression, but she didn't quite get there quick enough.
Full court pressure by both teams.
Riley Kuntz checking in now for the Lady Hawks.
Both teams go about 8 deep, or maybe even 9, and they're very transient with their substitutions. In and out they come. Into the half-court game for the Owls. They run, or Hawks, I should say. They run that weave. Yates goes into the paint, and her shot's partially blocked, but Maddie Hall will pick up a foul.
Well, you know, Yates went to the free throw line, missed both free throws her first trip there, which is pretty uncharacteristic of her. We'll see if she gets back on track here at the charity stripe now.
She'll get 2 more sandwiched in between the 3 balls she made. First one's up off the back of the rim, no good. Thurman will return, as will
Taya Williams.
Yeah, first time for Taya to be in the game for the Owls.
That is Mooney, and I didn't see who came out. Mooney and Graticky, I believe, came out.
1:06 to play in the first. 13-7. Second free throw by Yates is good, so she splits the pair. And the lead is 5, down to a minute to play. Owls slow it down a little bit. Man-to-man straight-up defense by the Hawks. Mooney picks up the ball at the head of the key, looks for help to Ellis. Ellis dribbles to the right wing. Head of the key now to Howard. Left wing. She rips it back to Williams. Now to Mooney near the center court circle. Off the pick and roll. Now she's in a double team. Stolen away by Yates, but she traveled.
You know, that's the aggression that we saw the other night, especially putting in that double team action. Skylar Parker comes off the bench, and she adds another layer of aggression to the Lady Hawks team. It's just those being young and learning how to do that without getting in foul trouble.
Just tried to go a little too fast that time. Just slow down about a half tick and do just fine. So pass goes into the backcourt on the inbounds to Thurman with 35 seconds to play in the first quarter. Double pick and roll. Now Thurman picks up her dribble, has nowhere to go with it. Hands it off to Williams, and we've got a whistle and a timeout. Coach Robert James wants a timeout. Let's step aside a well. It's a 30-second timeout. 13-8. Silex Legion listening. Clopton Invitational on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer and Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Beinhoff Funeral Homes, and Center Locker Service.
You simply can't buy a better replacement window than one from Sun Window Company. Energy-efficient windows and doors with a lifetime warranty on both the window and installation. Sun Window Company, family-owned and operated since 1989, offers low factory direct prices on high-quality vinyl windows, custom designed to fit perfectly and built to last. See how much you can save. Call Sun Windows, 573-549-2080 for details and a free estimate. Sun Window Company, Highway 161 in Middletown.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102, is brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicky Cadwalder Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Out of the timeout, Silex throws it away. Yates is open for the three, right wing. It's good. She's got 7, and the lead is now just 2. Owls still have 10 seconds. Mooney still in the backcourt with 6. Across the timeline with 4. Nearly has it picked. Her pocket picker once again. Now she's in a double team. It's going to go out of bounds, and that'll do it for the first quarter. Your score, the Silex Owls 13, the Clopton Lady Hawks 11. You listen to Clopton Invitational on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Penrod Real Estate, Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic, and People's Savings Bank in Bowling Green.
This is Tracy Brookshire with Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice. Did you know our agency currently offers over 30 programs and services to our communities? The Women, Infant, and Children's Program, Infant through Adult Immunizations, car seat safety courses, diabetes counseling, and of course our amazing home health and hospice programs, just to name a few. Learn more by visiting our website at pikecountyhealth.org and see what services you and your family could benefit from.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, if you're just joining us, the first games of the night, Ellsbury, their number 1 seed, defeated Monroe City 30-16. And in the consolation bracket, Louisiana gets their first win of the year in overtime, 43-40 over Mark Twain.
We should note that it was the number 4 seed, too, so they did a big upset there.
No doubt about it. We start the second quarter. Owls on top by 2. Clopton has the ball. First shot by the Hawks is an air ball, but they come up with a loose ball rebound, and Smith has it stolen away. 8th turnover, I should say, of the game with Taya Williams on the steal. Into the front court come the Owls, now against the man-to-man. Thurman on the dribble all the way to the baseline to the block. Kicks it back out beyond the arc to Williams. Now ahead of the key, they whip it down inside to Gradick and quickly up off the glass and good.
I'll tell you what, they did a nice job, the Owls did Monday night, of working that offense through Gradick. And, you know, she definitely has the height advantage in this matchup as well.
Good ball movement that time for sure. Smith for the Hawks, and she traveled. Well, we talked about youth in this tournament, and both of these teams are emblematic of it, with Clopton having no seniors on the roster and Silex only having 1. So we're going to hear from these two teams next year as well. Into the front court come the Owls, and Thurman throws it away.
Well, actually, I believe that Clopton has 1. Abigail Patchen, I believe, is a lone senior.
Yeah, didn't I say they had 1? Oh, no, maybe I did. Now she does. She is a senior. I just can't read my 12.
Oh, that's okay.
I got it. You see that small, right?
Yeah,
I need to
it happens to
change
most
that
of
font
us.
to about 27, maybe. So after the turnover, full court pressure by the Owls. Hawks have it in the backcourt, trailing by 4, 15-11. Smith still in the backcourt. Hands it to Bruni, right wing now into the front court to Yates. To Smith, cutting down the lane. Her layup's up, no good. And the loose ball rebound goes off the Owls, back to the Hawks.
Yeah, I know I talked about it on Monday night. Smith, those are the shots that just fell for her Monday night. I mean, every time she worked around, every time she hit that glass, those shots fell. I think there was maybe 2 of them that she didn't make in the first half.
Well, she made that one off the inbounds as she got a nice feed from Yates. So Smith on the board, and that's a 2-point game, 15-13. Owls still on top, 6:35 to play in the half.
Pretty excited. This is the type of basketball I expected to see from the Silex Lady Owls this season.
Now we have an illegal pick on Taya Williams, her first foul, and it'll give the ball back to the Hawks with a chance to tie or take the lead, which would be, no, they've led early. Hawks have led by as many as, or Owls, I should say, have led by as many as 8. Yates head of the key, puts it on the floor, down the paint against Gradicky, up off the glass, and good. They're going to count the basket and a foul.
And so we're tied up at 15 apiece, 6:23 to go here in the half. The winner of this game will face Ellsbury, who defeated Monroe City in the previous game by the score of 30-16.
Gradicky picks up her second, and Yates, after a slow start, picked up the pace here in the second quarter. Free throw is no good.
Clopton's going to have to find an answer of rebounding against Gradicky.
Well, their pressure is really bothering Silex. If nothing else is getting them out of their offense. They get it into the front court now. Gradicky looks for some help. Right wing to Williams. She spins around. Head of the key now to Thurman. Thurman dribbles it off her foot. It's loose. Rolls into the back court. Williams is going to pick it up. They're going to say it was touched by Clopton, so no back court. Thurman now into the front court for the Owls on a pick and roll with Williams. Back to Williams. She'll shoot it from 16. It's short, and it goes out of bounds off of Yates.
And it looks like Maddie Hall is going to return to the basketball game, and she had some success already this evening, along with Abigail Mooney, who's very quick with the basketball, especially getting up and down the court.
Mooney was one of the super freshmen last year.
And she's a super sophomore, too.
They get it inbounds to Hall, and she misses from point-blank range. Ellis with the rebound. She'll put it back up, and it crawls over the side of the rim. Carly Ellis with her first 2 points of the game. Back come the Hawks, and they throw it away. 10th turnover of the game, uncharacteristic of the Hawks. But like we said, sometimes teams that like to press don't really like to be pressed, and that's kind of proven to be the case so far in this game.
Well, and we also know that, when it comes tournament time, sometimes the momentum gets built up and you get a little too excited.
Another turnover by the Owls, and Bruni finishes on the other end with the bucket. And it's tied at 17. First tie we've had for a while, actually.
I'll be anxious to see. We've got 4:58 to go here in the half. I'll be anxious to see what adjustment both coaches make at the half.
Yeah, no doubt.
They can't keep this up for a whole nother half.
It's been pretty hectic so far, anyway. Owls get it into the front court. Mooney, backdoor cut. Nice catch and finish by Tori Mudd. Her first bucket of the game. Nice pass from Mooney. And it's 19-17, down to 4:40 to play in the half. Into the front court now. Parker kicks it head of the key to Yates. She's open for 3 again. Back the rim, no good. That's going to go all the way out of bounds on the sideline. And the Owls will have it free throw line extended right there. Pretty good look that time by Yates. She's hit 2 threes. That one a little strong. Man-to-man full court pressure. Mooney into the front court now. And the pass is deflected by Bruni out of bounds at the end of the Hawk bench. And the Owls will have it right there with 4:26 to play. As you mentioned, the winner of this gets Ellsbury in the championship game. That's Friday night at 8 o'clock.
Yep. The loser will face Monroe City in the third place matchup.
At 6:30. Back into the game, Hammett. Talbot takes a seat for Clopton. 3-pointer on the way for the Owls. By Mudd, it's off the rim, and it will go directly out of bounds on the baseline that time, untouched. So the Hawks will get it back with 4:20 to play. 2-2-1 full court pressure is what we've seen pretty much the whole night so far by the Owls. They'll do it again. Yates still in the backcourt with Bruni. They play a little catch. Now they get it in the front court to Parker. Parker to the 3-point line, drives to the block, up off the rim, no good. And she'll be fouled and go to the line for a couple.
And I think that's something you're going to see from Parker. She's a young freshman. doesn't seem to be scared to drive it into traffic. Seems to play with a lot of confidence, and I'm sure that's just going to continue to grow not only as the season goes along, but as she continues to get older.
Yeah, she's pretty aggressive, makes the first. They've got some young players coming, do the Lady Hawks.
Oh, they do. Yeah, they do.
In the junior high program as well.
Rita Thurman's re-entering the basketball game, too, and that's a big help for the Lady Owls. We talked about it on Monday night. She has this nice wingspan. When you put her up front, she's hard to get around. She takes up so much room, really, just with her arms.
And as we've talked about her in softball, she's got those long strides.
Yeah, she does.
Free throws short. But the Hawks with the rebound.
Brea Smith rails it in.
Hammett to the block now, drops it down low, shot up off the glass. No good by the Hawks. That was Kuntz. Kicks it out to Parker. Her three ball's no good. Kuntz with the long rebound and then throws it away. Stolen by Mooney. Mooney against heavy pressure from Bruni. Now she picks up the dribble. She's in trouble. Gets it to
Finally,
Mudd.
Thurman gets it, but now taken away by Parker.
Yeah, Mudd threw it to her, and Parker with the steal, and we've got another foul.
And then we are in the bonus. Actually, that should be I think it's the 9th or the 10th team foul for Silex.
It is the 10th. 10 fouls to 3. Coach Robert James won't be happy about that. To the line, though, will go Skylar Parker. She'll get 2.
3:35 to go here in the half.
First one's on its way. Front of the rim, no good. She'll get a second.
Shannon Yates returning for Jasmine Hammett.
3:35 to play in the half. Parker can tie it here. And she does at 19. Again, man-to-man, full court pressure by the Hawks. No problems for Mooney. She'll get all the way to the glass and scores. Nobody stopped the basketball that time. Cardinal rule of defense. Mooney took it coast to coast for the layup. Parker back into the front court for the Hawks. To Yates. Yates to the head of the key. Kicks it back to Parker. Parker on the right wing gets it down in the post, and then in a double team is Kuntz. She kicks it out for 3. No good from Parker. Rebounds up and good by Yates.
Tell you what, Yates did a great job of following that shot in there. She was right in the right spot at the right time, came right down, her hands went straight back up.
We're tied again. On the open break, pass to Mudd was deflected out of bounds. Good defense that time by Kuntz. She hustled back to save the layup, but the Owls will have it underneath their own basket, left side of the paint.
Stacia Talbot returning to the basketball game along with Sarah Gradicke. You know, Jim, we've talked about it over the years. It doesn't matter how these two teams are throughout the rest of the regular season. When it comes to this tournament and they haven't facing each other, they play the best basketball they play all year long.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. They haven't played yet this year.
Nope, they play next week against each other.
That they do. Inbounds pass is deflected, but tracked down by Thurman, and she'll dribble it with Parker all over her. And cutting back through the baseline is Hall. Her shot's off the mark, no good. And the Hawks with the rebound. Yates into the front court now to the head of the key. Nobody stops her. Now she'll kick it out to the left wing. Head of the key, free throw line for Talbot. Her three's good.
Clopton takes their first lead of the night, 23-21.
Just a 2, I'm sorry. And it is 23-21, as Marianne said. Back come the Owls quickly. Up and down pace. Inside to Isom. Her shot's off the glass and good.
Maddie Isom came off the bench on Monday night and was a big contributor to the Lady Owls. And it looks like she's picking up where she left off as well.
Full court pressure again. No problem for the Hawks. Parker in the front court now to Bruni. Bruni on the right wing, skips it back to Parker. Down underneath to Smith on the left block. Her fadeaway shots off the glass. No good. Gradicke with the rebound. And we'll have a foul on Talbot.
Yeah, Talbot just kind of went over Gradicke's shoulder trying to knock it out of bounds. Instead, she picked up a foul. And it looks like Jasmine Hammett's returning to the basketball game. One of the players I'm waiting to see come off the bench, we've seen a lot of her so far here in the first half of the season, is Brooke Jarrett. She's got a little height on her.
Carly Ellis returns for the Owls. The inbounds pass is deflected out of bounds by Smith. They'll do it again. We're tied at 23, just under 2 minutes to play in the half. And Silex throws away the inbound pass.
You know, Maddie Hall was working against Jasmine Hammett. Hammett was right on her hip, didn't give her any space, and I think she got a little nervous when Hammett stuck her arm out there to deflect it.
Well, I happened to see Clopton practice the other night, and it was all about pressing. Both teams have done a good job of that. Parker backs up just inside the arc. Her 16-footer is good. She's got 4, and the Hawks lead by 2 again. Mooney in the backcourt, into the front court, still on the dribble now, and is knocked out of bounds, and she can't pick it up and come and get it, and so it'll be another turnover.
I tell you what, though, nice ball handling skills for the most part for Mooney. She kind of weaved through that traffic quite a bit, and if she hadn't stepped out of bounds, she would have had a hold of that basketball. I'm not too sure she would have taken it straight to the hole.
Coach James wanted a foul. She maybe kind of got forced out.
Since today's Robert Duvall's birthday, Rubbin's racing. We're going to call that with basketball, too.
Parker into the front court, right elbow. Kicks it to the head of Key. Yates open for 3 again. No good.
She tried to bank that one in.
Yeah, she's bounced off everything. Now the Hawks steal it again in the backcourt. Hammett now. Owls just need to try and take care of the basketball. They've had the turnover fever here in this quarter. Now Smith tries to settle things with 1:10 to play in the half. It's been the Wild and woolly one, as you might expect. 2-point lead for Clopton. Parker gets into the paint, up off the glass, no good. Rebounds loose, still loose, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul as Thurman kind of had a hand on it, but the foul's going to go on Brea Smith.
It is, and she wanted to contest the foul because she was falling backwards, and they made contact. It's just one of those things that you can't really help. It is what it is. Just got to make sure now that you have 2 fouls here as we're heading into the half, you're going to have to clean it up in the third quarter.
So Al slow things down a little bit. Thurman on the dribble. Dribble entry to the wing. Backs up behind the arc. Still has a dribble. Goes baseline now. Tries to get it inside, but the pass is wide, intended for Ellison. Goes out of bounds. And it's turnover number 13.
So Bruni and Smith are going to return the basketball game as Hammett and Parker take a seat with 45 ticks to go here in the first half.
Let's see. I get to say this for the first time.
No, it's not going to happen.
I'm not going to say it.
Don't even say it because I can tell you right now it's not going to happen.
Okay, I won't. Bruni walks it across the timeline. Hawks up by 2. We're down to 35 seconds. They run that weave that we've seen forever and turn it over. Stolen by Isom, and then Yates is going to foul.
And we got a little subbing in and out offense for defense as Smith and Bruni step out as Hammett and Parker return.
Just the first foul on Yates. So now the Owls, with 30 seconds, have the ball.
And there's going to be another foul. I think Yates may have just picked up her second. Nope, they're going to call that one on Parker.
Be Parker's first, and that should be a 1-1.
There we go. They'll head to the free throw line. And Carly Ellis returns as well. She's going to come in for Gradicke. Gradicke's got a few fouls, so it's going to send Rita Thurman to the charity stripe, where she'll get a 1-1. And after we mentioned the first foul of Parker.
So let's see if Thurman can convert a free throw. It's an air ball.
Back to Clopton we go. And subs in and out again.
They're surely going to play for 1 now.
Nope. Don't even say it, Jim. You know it's not going to happen.
There's so many subs running in and out.
Can't quite keep up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Coons came out. Hammett came out.
We need a concierge. Keep track of it. They're walking it up. I
know
could be
that
right.
You could be, but it's girls basketball.
That's a point. Boys don't do any better, though.
That's true.
Parker in trouble now. Has picked up a dribble, and we have a timeout.
Coach Street calls a timeout to avoid the turnover. We'll take a break as well. With 13 ticks to go, Clopton has a lead over Silex 25-23. You're listening to the Clopton Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Alicia Koenig, owner of Remax Realty Shop, Sun Window Company, and Sparks Maintenance Contracting.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on the Eagle 102. Brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Well, it's been a fast and furious first half, and Clopton will have it after the timeout with 13 ticks to play, leading by 2. We're in the second quarter. They get into Smith, top of the key. Back to Bruni.
Hey, Jim,
Smith.
they might go for 1 now.
Back to Bruni.
go for the last shot.
Chances are pretty good now.
Yeah.
Yates dribbles down the paint. Her shot off the glass, no good. Talbot with the rebound, but she doesn't have time for a putback, and that'll do it for the first half. And a good one it was, but the Hawks go to the locker room on top, 25-23. We'll be back to the halftime show after this on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up, brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
One multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One multi-sports complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Is it time to renew, redo, or rebuild? I'm Christine Rutherford, and we have loans designed specifically for repairs and renovations, along with home equity lines of credit. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender, MLO number 421603, NMLS number 407724.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report on KJFM, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
At the half, the Clopton Lady Hawks have the lead over the Silex Lady Owls, 25-23. The Owls had the lead most of the first half, but Clopton came back and was able to get capitalize on a few turnovers and take the lead. So it's been fast, furious, and I tell you what, Jim, I think both teams are going to have to work on some adjustments, though, in the locker room.
Well, no doubt about it. The first thing they're going to have to do is take care of the basketball.
Yep.
Both teams have pressed, and it's been a turnover fest, really. 13 for Silex and 11 for Clopton, and for two quality teams, that's way too many.
That is, and neither coach.
And they're just going too fast.
They are.
A buddy of mine used to say that the press isn't to necessarily turn you over; it's just to freak you out. And I think they both freaked out a little bit. Of course, the results of freaking out is you turn it over.
And so, especially with two younger clubs.
Right. And when you're young like that, what do you want to do when you get a little nervous or get freaked out?
Hurry up and get rid of the ball.
Faster, yeah, that's faster, and that's what we're seeing is hurry up and get rid of it. It's exactly right, like it's a hot potato. But it's competitive, it's close, like we expected. Silex is a 6th seed, but they upset Winfield in the first round, and I expected this to be a competitive game, and so far it is.
And I tell you what, we've been lucky tonight. We've had some pretty competitive games. Obviously, we mentioned this one is very close, just a 2-point score. But, Jim, you were figuring up some scores. Silex led, until the end of the first, pretty close?
Yeah.
They held the lead.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
got tied up, but Clopton never got the lead, I think, until the very end.
Yeah, Clopton led early, first bucket, and then Clopton got the lead, actually got up Silex got the lead, I should say, by 8.
Yeah.
At one point, Clopton fought back, and it's pretty much been a 2 full-point game since then. And as we said, the Lady Hawks lead it by 2 right now, 25-23. Why don't we go ahead and talk about the scoring since you mentioned it? Let's take a look at the Hawks first. Shanna Yates, who got off to a slow start, but she finished the quarter with 11 to lead all scores. 5 for Madeline Bruni, 4 for Skylar Parker, 3 for Stacia Talbot, and Brea Smith with 2. The Lady Hawks were 4 for 11 from the free throw line, and as I mentioned, turned it over 11 times. For the Owls, a number of players in the scoring column for them as well. Maddie Hall with 8, 4 for Carly Ellis, 4 for Maddie Isom, 3 for Abigail Mooney, and 2 each for Tori Mudd and Sarah Gradicke. The Owls only got to the free throw line 3 times. They were 1 for 3, and they turned it over 13 times. So the foul differential was pretty big. As you see in a situation like that, towards the end of the half, it seems that a lot of fouls are called on the team that had the advantage, but it was too little too late for the Owls as they only got into the bonus with the last foul and got that 1-on-1 free throw by by Thurman right there at the end of the second quarter. So you're going to have to start taking care of the ball, as we mentioned, and, stay away from the fouls. I like to use the example of Banfar boys a couple years they went to state. They were very good at getting to the line and not putting the other team on the line. And when you sit down and do statistics and look at them, game in, game out, if you can do that, it's going to help you out a bunch.
All right, let's take a break on the Salem Sunlight Center halftime report. When we return, we'll recap scores that have from the games that have already taken place tonight and set up tomorrow night's boys semifinal action as you're listening to the Clopton Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Knight Equipment Company, West End Financial Services, and Young Enterprises.
Cellular Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green, and we've got the lot looking good and ready to go. We've got something for everybody's budget. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Bundle at Pike County Mutual Insurance and save. Ask about the great rates on your personal vehicle, farm trucks, big or small, or even your motorcycle and side-by-sides. Stop by and see myself, Corey Buchanan, Buddy Bibb, or Kathy Gam at your hometown insurance company since 1895. Pike County Mutual Insurance on the square in Bowling Green.
The best coverage of high school sports is on KJFM. Brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, County Market in Louisiana, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Games from earlier this evening. Number 1 seed Ellsbury Lady Indians got the win over the number 5 seed Monroe City Lady Panthers by the score of 30-16. And then, Jim, what an overtime game.
It was. Louisiana led a lot during the game, but Mark Twain caught them right at the end of regulation, but the Owls were able, or the Bulldogs, I should say, were able to hold on in overtime as they break a long losing streak, winning that game 43-40 over Mark Twain again in overtime. So congratulations to Derek Brandstetter and his Lady Bulldogs. They'll play for a trophy on
That's right.
Saturday night. They'll get the winner of the Wright City
Winfield
game that's going on right now, and we actually don't have game breaks coming from that game.
No, but Lauren Loggeman is over there working the scoreboard and has said that she will send me the halftime score and the final score, so we'll be able to pass along some updates.
You think she knows how to text?
I think she does. I'm the two Loggemans, Susan and Lauren, over there taking care of the books and the boards.
The mother-daughter combination.
I called them the dynamic duo last night as I had them over there.
Well, surely with all that going on, Larry's got to be over there supervising. 25-23 our score here. Let's take our final break of the halftime show. We'll be back for the second half after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, and Calumet of Missouri.
One multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One multi-sports complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing MercBK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Farmers, the crew at Mike's Tire and Service Center is here to serve you. They know the hours you put in, which makes it difficult to get that equipment in for service. Therefore, they offer on-the-farm tire repair. Hi folks, my name is Cody Kirkendall, Mike's Tire and Service Center, located on Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock, agent, and Perkins Electrical Services.
Owls had it to start the half. Gradicke missed from inside the lane area, and now Clopton turns it over in their first offensive possession as Smith goes into the bleachers and hit her back, and she comes up a little slow. She's a pretty tough cat, though.
I was going to say,
she's not coming
she'll walk it off.
Owls led it 13-11 at the end of the first quarter. Hawks outscored them 14-10 in the second, and we're still at that 25-23 lead for the Lady Hawks. Ellis slices down through the paint. Her shot's off the glass, no good. Loose ball rebound picked up by Gradicke in the near corner. Right wing to Mooney. Mooney holds it above her head. Got Thurman. Left wing three on the way. No good. Tracked down by Hammett. To Smith. They'll look to run. Smith into the front court. Picked up by Mooney. She'll get it back to Bruni. Bruni on the right wing. Now it tries to get it to Yates, deflected, but Shannon will pick it up. Now left-handed down the paint, drops it inside. Nice look to Talbert. Her layup's up and good.
That's a nice assist from Yates to Talbert. As Talbert was posted up inside, had Gradicke to her back, was able to just lay it off the glass.
Biggest lead of the night for the Hawks at 4, 27-23. Mooney on the left-hand dribble, into the far side, spins back into the paint. Her running with one hand's up and good.
Oh, she's able to come back and answer for the Lady Owls, and still a 2-point game as we're just getting started here in the third.
Back to the 2-2-1 pressure. No problem for the Hawks this time. Hammond into the paint, drops it down to Talbert. She got away with a double dribble. Now it's loose. Saved in by Smith. Right wing to Bruni for three. Off the mark, no good. Loose ball's drop kicked. Missed the official, and the short chiller over there thanking her lucky stars.
Yes, she is.
That thing was going at about 90 miles an hour. It's going to go off with Silex, however. So the Hawks will have it underneath their own hoop right side of the paint.
Skylar Parker checks back into the basketball game for the Hawks.
Yates to trigger it inbounds. Got Smith open on the left side of the bucket in the paint. Looks for some help to Parker. Back to Smith, left baseline. She'll drive it. Drops it inside, stolen away. Mooney in traffic is caught from behind, and we're going to have a tie-up.
No, they're going to say she stopped out of bounds.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
So back-to-back turnovers.
Got down there along that baseline and just couldn't quite put the brakes on quick enough.
Mooney never really got good control of the dribble. Into the front court now. Smith got Talbert underneath all by herself, and she'll score. Back-to-back buckets by Stacia, and the lead grows to 4 at 29-25. Lob pass inside to Gradicke. She'll catch it on the block. Her shot's no good. Thurman with the offensive rebound. Hands it back. Shot up off the glass. No good by Mudd. Back come the Hawks. Parker with pressure all around her, but they're a whistle foul on Ellis, I believe.
And Yates had gone down, and I think they're going to let her come out and maybe check on her just a little bit. She was on the ground. I'm not sure what part. I think she got stepped on. So they're going to check her out, make sure she's okay, as the Hawks will inbound the basket along under their own basket.
They'll have it right side of the paint. Hawks moving from our right to our left in their home white. Inbound pass is a good one, and Parker shoots the layup. She's got 6, and the lead is 6 at 31-25. Biggest lead of the game by the Hawks. Thurman being hounded by Parker. It's loose on the floor, and we've got a whistle, and they're going to call a timeout, I think.
Oh, they're going to call a little bit of a kick right there. That is the first time I think I've ever seen that call, Jim.
Well, it's interesting. When anytime the official blows the whistle and everybody in the gym's going, what's that call? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Because, I mean, it got silent in here.
Yeah,
like,
it did.
What happened? Nobody saw anything happen. So after the turnover, the second half, 15th of the game, Hawks get it back.
Tell you what, Thurman and Parker, man, they're really going toe-to-toe tonight, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Parker.
They're going to be fun to watch.
Yes, the freshman standing up to the pressure. Hands it off to Smith, and it's swatted out of bounds by Mooney, I believe. Hawks will keep it just inside the three-point arc. Yates will return. Hammett back to the bench for the Hawks.
5 minutes exactly to go here in the third.
Yates will trigger it in out near the three-point line on the baseline. Hawks in their home whites. Owls in their road greens. Ball's loose again. Smith picks it up. Or check that. Bruni now hands it to Smith. Smith on the dribble back to Yates. Head of the key. Left-hand dribble to the free throw line back to Talbert. They don't want her out there dribbling around. She spins around on the right elbow, hands it back to Parker. Parker has it stolen by Thurman. Thurman on the run, tries to beat the defense. Now she'll stop, look for help. Gets it to Mudd. Mudd, right wing to Ellis. Down on the right block to Gradicke. Up off the glass and good.
Tell you what, the Owls have done a nice job of looking inside to Gradicke since she has that size advantage.
Can you get the ball to her there? She's hard to stop. They beat the press, got it at advantage again, and Talbot will get another layup. Good job by the Hawks on the press break, and it's 33-27.
Coach Robert James came over and said something to Maddie Isom, who's getting ready to check in the ball game. I'm sure it's going to be something along the lines of watching that.
And Coach Robert James has seen enough. He's going to call a timeout. We'll step aside as well. 33-27. Hawks lead at 4:04 to play in the third. You listen to Clopton Invitational on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Ann Lane Boutique, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season with Eagle 102. Brought to you by Mike's Tire and Service Center and a taste of Philly.
Well, the symmetry is pretty interesting, Marianne. These two teams had two tremendous softball games this fall. Both of them had pretty good teams. The Owls ended up getting to one step of the Final Four. Now in basketball, they're having another good basketball game with at least one more, and I'm sure they'll play more than once with the Bowling Green tournament looming. And it's many of the same girls.
And I think, Jim, I'm going off memory here, I think they're in the same district this year in basketball. And I think we're going all the way over to Sturgeon.
Oh, wow.
Something like that.
Joy.
Yeah.
Owls have it out of the timeout. Driving the right baseline is Ison. Her shot's no good, but Gradicke on the glass puts it up. It spins out and won't go, but she'll go to the line and shoot two shots. First trip to the free throw line by either club in the second half. Just will be the fourth and fifth free throws of the night for the Lady Owls as Gradicke's first one rattles home.
Nice shot there by Gradicke.
33-28. Clopton still on top. Second one by Gradicke's in and out, no good. Rebound to Yates. She dribbles out of trouble. They've got numbers due the Hawks. Yates into the paint, but she's caught from behind by Ison, and they're going to call a held ball. Good defense by Maddie Ison that time, but the alternating arrow will give it back to the Lady Hawks. Yates triggered in left side of the paint. Into Smith. Smith drives right-handed into the lane, goes up off the glass, no good. Gradicke with the defensive rebound for the Owls. Looks for an outlet. She'll get it to Mudd. Now left wing to Mooney. Mooney into the front court. She'll get all the way to the block. Her shot's no good. Yates with the rebound. They've got Parker on a snowbird, but they don't see her. Smith now to the right elbow. Stop and go, and she's knocked down, but from behind, and they're going to say she just lost her footing and turns it over.
Just so you know, I was correct. Class 2, District 5 features Clopton, Community R6, Cairo, Paris, Silex, Sturgeon, and Van Far, and we'll be playing at Sturgeon.
Ooh-wee. That's a long trip from
Hey,
here.
Jim, I just want you to know that you might be making some trips to Sturgeon.
They got a great facility, though, I'll say that. But it's a long way.
It is.
Other side of Centralia, if you're wondering.
Mm-hmm.
In the paint go the Owls. Shot by Mudd won't go. I checked that. It was Hall. And on the rebound, we've got a whistle on the foul. We'll have to check and see what that is.
Like I don't think they're called against Isom.
They are. I think everybody thought it was on Clopton.
I think everybody, even Clopton, thought it was on Clopton.
Did too. So the Hawks will get it back with 2:58 to play in the third, leading 33-28. Parker to the head of the key now. Throws it away. Stolen by Isom. Isom turns on the Jets, goes to the glass, no good. Rebounds picked up by Talbert. To Bruni. She'll get it into the front court now. Hands it to Yates. Yates left wing to Parker. Parker, right-hand dribble into the paint. Stops and pops from 10. No good. Partially blocked, but I think they're going to get Gradicky. Is that who they're going to call?
I think they are, and I tell you what, Coach James isn't particularly happy. He thought that maybe Isom was fouled as she was making her way to the basket on that break. So, and that is Gradicky's third.
That it is. Parker back to the free throw line. First one's up and good.
34-28 is our score. 2.5 to go here in the third. It's been a fast-moving game.
It has.
Don't really want to jinx it.
Yes, you just did.
I'm sure I did.
Second free throw for Parker, and we've got a lane violation. She kind of had a little hiccup in her motion that time and faked Yates out. She fell into the paint. So the lane violation will give it back to the Owls with 2:31 to play. Hawks still lead at 34-28. Gradicky dribbles it in the front court. Now she'll look for a guard. Still looking. And we'll finally get it to Mooney. Mooney dribbles out of the double team. Now gets to the left block, goes up, and it's partially blocked by Talbert and goes out of bounds. Good defense by Stacia that time.
You know, it's a good job getting her body away from Mooney as she went up, because it wouldn't take but just a little bit of contact and that bit of foul, and it sent Mooney to the free throw line.
Mooney to trigger it inbounds, gets it into Gradicky. Gradicky puts it on the floor and has it stolen away. Put it on the floor, and the small guard's got a hold of it. Smith heads the other way, gets it to Parker. Her layup's up and good. Count the bucket and the foul.
And the crowd goes wild. The bench comes alive. The student section's going crazy in their red, white, and blue this evening.
A good pass, and I believe the foul's going to be on Maddie Hall. Her second. And that livened the crowd up.
Yeah, it did.
For sure. The lead has grown to 8. Parker can make it 9. And she does. Biggest lead of the game for either team. Still full court man. Owls throw it away. They have not handled the pressure at all. And Smith will now be fouled as she's double teamed and knocked to the ground.
I kind of believe maybe they're going to look at. No, I thought they were going to hit Taya Williams with it, but instead they get Maddie Isom, and that is going to be her third. Rita Thurman will return to the basketball game for Isom.
So the Hawks will have it right side of the paint. Yates to trigger it in, lobs it into Talbert outside the arc. She's tied up by Gradicky, and the alternating arrow will give it back to Silex. Winner gets Ellsbury on Friday night. Into the front court now. Thurman as they're playing man and jump trapping, and they do just that as Thurman hadn't picked up on it yet. They'll tie her up, and I believe it'll be the Hawks basketball, won't it?
I believe it will.
They just had a jump ball.
I will say that Clopton and Ellsbury have already played this season, and Ellsbury took Clopton to overtime to get the win, I believe by 2.
In double overtime, right?
I don't know if it was double.
I think it was.
That does sound right. I know last year it was 5. It was less than that this year.
Yes, it was. So the ball is kicked by the dribbler, and it rolls into a scrum half, and we're going to have another jump ball, I believe, and somebody's got blood on them.
Now everybody's looking for it. Oh, it's Shanna Yates.
On her knee, yep.
So they're going to have her come off.
Where's the trainer?
Well, they've already got her.
She's digging into her goodie bag.
Oh, Casey Sutton's on it. They were already hollering for her.
So 5th turnover of the half by the Hawks. 16th of the game. Into the front court now. Mooney pulls up from 15 right wing. No good, but she's fouled from behind.
And I believe they're going to tag Brea Smith with that.
I believe you're right. That'll be her third.
Hey, don't feel bad, official. We have trouble seeing their numbers, too, because of the long hair.
To the line will go Abigail Mooney. And her first free throw rattles home.
1:36 to go here in the third quarter.
Lead is 7 now at 37-30 as she makes the second. And the Hawks break the pressure. Smith has it deflected into the far corner. Gets it to Parker, now back to Bruni. Bruni pulls up from 3. Good.
That is Kuntz that's in the game, as they did a switcheroo on you.
That was Kuntz that shot that?
No, you had it right. Bruni shot it. It was Kuntz that gave her the assist.
Oh, okay, yeah. Thank you.
You're
Back
welcome.
comes the Hawks on the turnover. And that's Bruni going to the hoop again.
Bruni's done a great job of stepping up and helping with this leadership role on the Hawks this year after, they graduated a great group of seniors.
She'll go to the free throw line. And Clopton threatening to open this thing up here. They lead by 10. And Bruni will get 2 free throws with 1:08 to play in the third. First one's good.
We've talked about it for the last couple of years, Jim, and we talked about it a little bit at the beginning of this, but this Silex team is a lot like the Louisiana boys team. We've seen them come up and, really start to mold each year, get a little bit better. And by the time most of these girls are seniors, I think they're going to be outstanding.
So you're right. Second free throw won't go, so an 11-point lead for the Hawks, biggest of the night. Mooney into the front court, gets it down low, shots up, and no good by Taya Williams, but she's fouled. As we've turned into a little bit of a foul fest here as of late. I'm going to call that on
There's Talbert.
Her second. And Taya Williams will go to the line for the first time.
She wastes no time, just a couple quick dribbles and a shot up and misses everything. Exactly 1 minute to go here in the third.
She'll get a second. 3 dribbles and fires. Front of the rim, no good. Talbot with the rebound, turns around, and Williams ties her up.
I'll tell you what, Taya just looked right at her, she reached in, grabbed that basketball, and just held on for dear life.
Well, a cardinal sin by a big girl, Talbot. Most big girls do it. Many big boys bring it down to their waist.
Yep.
Keep it up high. Keep it up high.
Usually the short girls can't get it. You just hold it up high.
That's a fact.
Parker, again, weaving through this traffic. There's 3 defenders there, and instead of ditching the ball off, she's like, watch this.
The age-old story in this game of passing through a press has gone out the window. Everybody tries to dribble through it, both teams. The foul is going to go on Williams. That'll be her third.
And it's going to put Parker back at the line for a 1-and-1.
It will. And she rattles the first one home. She'll get a second. Lead up to 12 at 42-30. Parker just a freshman. Where's lucky number 13? Free throws good, so she gets both free throws. And she's 4 for 5 in the third quarter from the line. Mooney into the front court, hands it back to Thurman between the circles. Left wing now to Williams. Down under a minute to play, 41 seconds to be exact. Right wing to Mooney, back to Thurman in the short corner. She'll turn and shoot from 10, no good. Yates with the rebound. Hawks have a chance to score before the end of the quarter. To Bruni on the far sideline, back to Yates. She'll get it across the timeline now to Bruni. She turns on the Jets to the right baseline. Back to Yates, thinks about a deep 3, decides against it with 18. Back to Parker. Parker now on the dribble, down to 13. They'll play for 1. Bruni now, guarded by Williams. Dribbles to the left wing, hands it off to Hammett. They run the weave to Parker. Parker's going to pull up and shoot the 3, and it's no good. Hits nothing, goes out of bounds with 1.9 to play. So the Owls will have a long pass maybe, or a long shot. Yep, Mooney's going to throw it. Stolen by Bruni. She'll shoot it back the other way. It's no good. And that'll do it for the third quarter. And a good quarter it was for the Lady Hawks. They lead 43-30. Fourth quarter's next on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by CMC Distributing and Manufacturing, McCoy Blossom Funeral Home, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Hello, this is Brittany Hinkey with Community State Bank of Missouri. Now is the perfect time to start saving for retirement. Community State Bank offers competitive rates on traditional and Roth IRAs. Unlike most investments, some contributions may be tax deductible and will grow either tax deferred or tax free. Come in and see one of our IRA representatives in Troy or Bowling Green to maximize your savings opportunities today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
43-40, an 18-7 scoring advantage for the Lady Hawks in the third quarter. And they've stretched this out to the biggest lead of the night, and Marianne Silex has got the work cut out for them.
They do, and I tell you what, Jim, I was just sitting here thinking while the commercials were playing, is, you know, back in the first quarter when Silex had that 8-point lead, I don't know that I could have told you that in the fourth quarter, Clopton would be up by 13.
Just haven't taken care of the basketball. 20 turnovers by the Owls with a quarter to play. They get it inside to Mudd. Her shot won't go, but Owls get the rebound. Mudd has it back now, headed the key to Thurman. Owls have not been able to hit anything from the outside. Thurman's shot from the left elbow is no good. Talbot with the rebound, and she's up. They're going to call a jump ball. And the arrow favors the Lady Hawks.
Well, I think they were wanting a foul called in there, and it just didn't work.
No problem against the press this time. Parker goes straight down to the glass. No good. Gets her own rebound, and she'll be fouled by Gradicke.
Yeah, she went, followed her shot, obviously, got her own rebound, went right back up, saw Gradicke there, kind of leaned in just a little bit, enough to draw that foul, and that's going to be Gradicke's fourth. And if you're the Clopton Lady Hawks, you want Gradicke on the bench.
She will stay in the game if the Hawks or the Owls want any chance of winning this at all. As Parker drains another free throw. She has found her stroke from 15 feet. She'll get a second. It's on its way. It's short.
Glad to know that Jim Ross is the one that did the jinxing that time, not me.
That I did. And the Hawks dribbled off their foot off the rebound and turn it back over to Silex. It's man pressure, no problems this time by the Owls. Thurman to the left wing, now to Mooney between the circles. Holds it above her head. And she'll get a pick from Mudd, or check that, it was Ellis. Now Mudd from three, it's off the mark from the corner. Long rebound, they're going to say it went off of Talbot, I believe.
I think you're right. But I tell you what, nice hustle there for Rita Thurman. She was up behind the arc. When the shot was made, she was down the block getting herself in position for that rebound.
Owls have it left side of the bucket on the baseline. Inbounds pass is a good one to Ellis, and she'll score.
At the half, Winfield leads Wright City 32-7.
Yowzers. We've had some widespread games, and we've had some good games. Quite a dynamic in this tournament so far. Yates dribbles down the paint for the Lady Hawks. She runs over Gradicke, and we've got a charge. Yates second, I believe. And Gradicke threw a shoe, literally.
I had that the other night. One of the players, I believe it was it Mark Twain? Like literally lost his shoe and was still playing because it was in the middle of the action, and he was playing one sock foot. He's just slipping all over the place.
They're going to give her time to put her shoe back on too. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, that's kind of nice of them.
Usually Maker can come out of the game for that. Man, full court pressure, as we've seen all night. Mooney, no problems this time. To Thurman. Thurman to the right wing, pulls up from 15. Good.
Yeah, she dropped a nice beauty there. That was nothing but net. And she pulled up from that elbow extended and just let her fly.
Rita Thurman with her first bucket of the night, and now we have a collision on the pressure. And is it going to be Parker back to the line? I believe it will be. Foul is going to go against Ellis.
Hammett comes out as Bruni returns, and really, Clopton needs to remember Silex can get back in this game pretty quickly, so they need not to take their lead for granted.
1-on-1 opportunity, I believe, for Parker. High arcing free throws, no good. Gradicke with the rebound. Still trailed by 10. Do the Owls, 44-34. Moody to the left elbow, kicks it outside. On the dribble drive is Mudd. She pulls off the block, gets it to Gradicke. Gradicke puts it on the floor, looks for some help to Ellis in the near corner. She'll back up now. Head of the key to Mooney. Mooney with the left-hand dribble to the glass, blocked. Gradicke comes up with the loose ball, puts it up and scores. And we've got a whistle and a timeout on the floor. 44-36, 6:02 to play in the game. The Hawks lead it. This is the Clopton Invitational on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Craig's Truck and Tractor, Craig Bowen CPA, PJ Salon, and the Evans Insurance Agency.
From the classic cheese steak and rich crab cakes to the Philadelphian favorite water ice, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
The area's best coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice, and All Parts.
44-36 is our score. 6:02 to go here in the fourth quarter. And, you know, Jim, it doesn't take much for Silex to get back in this basketball game.
Well, it's such a wild game with the pressure and all the turnovers. You're right. You know, you get a little run of 3 or 4 in a row and make buckets off of it, and all of a sudden that 14-point lead's gone, and it's down to 8 right now at 44-36 with 6:02 to play in the game.
So we've got Clopton, if they want to continue to keep their lead and win this game, they're going to have to take care of the basketball.
They have it right in front of the Silex bench. Yates gets it into Parker, up to Smith. Smith to the right block. Her shot's up, no good. And Mooney with the rebound for the Owls. So another chance to cut into this lead. They haven't made a 3 all night. In fact, they don't shoot very many of them because Isom gets it on the block, no good. Gradicke with the rebound. Back to Hall. Her shot up, no good. And the rebound now to the Hawks. Oops, stolen away by Gradicke. Her little semi-hook is good. And it's down to 6. Smith, far sideline, into a double team. Gets it to Parker. Parker nearly tied up, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul on Thurman. Tried to get the held ball, but Smith tore it away from her and then got caught with the hold. Just the first foul on Thurman.
She did that the other night. She was good. Went to the – I thought Smith had the ball. Parker staying at the free throw line. Okay.
Okay.
Nobody else is questioning it. Guess we won't either.
She makes the first free throw. She'll get a second. They're over 10. Again, the foul differential is big. 10 against the Owls, 4 against the Hawks. Second free throw is short. Hall with the rebound for the Owls. It's to Mooney. Mooney, she's got to be aware that they come with the double team. Gets it to Hall. She'll pull up from 15 right wing, rattles around, won't go. Gradicke and Talbot fight for the rebound, and we'll have the jump ball.
Possession arrow does favor the Owls, so it stays with them under their own basket.
Ooh, we've had a bunch of jump balls tonight,
yeah,
too.
We
That's
have.
unusual for a varsity girls basketball game. Mooney to trigger it in for the Owls. She'll lob it out ahead of Keita Thurman. Thurman penetrates, pulls up for 14. Back of the rim, drops.
I really like how Thurman follows her shot. She was in the paint before that ball hit the back of the rim.
She's got her only 4 in the fourth, and it's down to a 5-point lead. Parker into the front court to the left wing. Back to Yates between the circles. Now to Bruni. Bruni guarded by Thurman. Left wing to Yates. Yates back to Bruni. Bruni right wing now to Smith. Smith beyond the arc, now dribbles out between the circles, to the circle now. We'll reset things with 4:35 to play in the game. Bruni on the dribble. What are they going to do? Try and run a little clock here?
Well,
kind of looks like it. Maybe try and get a layup.
Yeah, they're trying to get Silex to foul them so they can go to the free throw line.
Well, they're in a 1-4 right now. It was made famous by Phil Ford and I believe Al McGuire back in the day. You weren't even born then, were you?
No.
Bruni goes to the bucket as she found some space, got that layup, wouldn't go, but she's going to be fouled, and if that's Gradicke, it's her 5th. Nope, they're going to call it on Isom, but it's her 4th. And Bruni to the free throw line. And now Yates has got blood again.
Our Band-Aid came off.
So the first free throw is on its way and good. Not sure why the official was making her get off the free throw line, but nonetheless, Bruni makes the first. She'll get a second. Second one's on its way. It's in and out, no good. So the lead's at 6, 46-40, down to 4:10 to play in the game. Mooney against Parker, gets it into front court. Now the far corner to Isom. Isom penetrates to the block. and loses the handle, and we got another jump ball.
This time the possession arrow will favor the Hawks.
Gradicke and Talbert again. 21st turnover of the game for the Owls. Parker to Thurman. Thurman lets her get to the sideline. To Parker. Talbot now underneath the bucket.
You know,
Special Talbot, yeah.
They did that a lot there at the end of the second into the third quarter, and that's how they got their lead. And we'll see if they can take advantage of that here late in the fourth.
Yeah, fouls on Bruni with the press. Just the 6th-team foul.
But Bruni's fourth.
And you're right. The Owls aren't, once the Hawks break that defense, they're not getting back with any help, and that's leaving Talbot all alone. Thurman on the dribble now, gets it to Mooney. She'll drive right baseline. Her shot's no good, and that's going to be a foul on Smith, I believe. It is. And I've got her for 4.
That is true.
So lots of players with 4 for both teams, a couple each, I think. And the first free throw by Abigail Mooney is good.
Just a sophomore, right, Mooney?
Just a sophomore.
Man.
She'll get a second. It's good as well. Couple dribbles and fire. She didn't take much time. Now the inbound pass nearly stolen by Isom. It goes out of bounds in the near corner in the backcourt. 3:36 to play. It's a 6-point lead for the Lady Hawks. 48-42 against full court pressure. They get it into Bruni. Now up quickly into the front court to Smith. No numbers for her, so she'll slow things down and try and reset. Gets it to Parker cutting, and she loses the handle going to the bucket. Out of bounds back to her Owls.
You know, those are just those young freshman mistakes, mental mistakes that they're going to fix as the season goes along.
19th turnover for the Hawks. And now the Owls return the favor, stolen away by Smith. Into the front court to Yates, back to Smith. Smith, left wing now to Bruni. Bruni backs up, she'll reset things with 3:05 to play in the ballgame. Lady Hawks still lead by 6. They go back to that 1-4. They'll try and get a layup out of this if they can. Yates is all alone as they double. She'll get it into the paint to Talbot, and they'll kick it back to Bruni. They'll check that Smith. Now to Bruni between the circles. They're going to run clock. This begs the argument for a shot clock, right?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in the Patriot next month. Into a double team, and then we got a foul. Man, they had Smith tied up in a double team, Bruni and Thurman, and they're going to call a foul.
Yep.
And I'm not sure who they called it on. Looks like it's going to go on
Thurman.
Thurman, her third. And back to the free throw line, or should I say to the free throw line for the first time, is Brea Smith with 2 shots. And it's in and out, no good. She'll get the second. Lead still at 6, down to 2:38 to play. Clock is not Silex's friend at this point. Second free throw, nothing but net. Hammond will come in for Bruni. Smith, after a big night on Monday night, that's just her 3rd point of the game.
Well, I'll tell you what, Silex paid attention to how she played against Winfield, knew they had to shut her down.
Isom turned the corner and had a wide open layup, tried to pass it across the lane, but it was deflected out of bounds, and so the Owls will have it underneath their own bucket. Bruni back in. They'll get Bruni out with that 4th foul. On the inbounds, they get it to Gradicke. Short corner, she'll spin to the glass, loses the handle, kicks it in the corner to Isom. Isom penetrates with the right hand into the paint, up off the glass, and good. Maddie Isom found some space, and it's a 5-point lead, 49-44, 2:15 to play. Yates into the front court, nearly throws it away. We've got a whistle. Is that going to be a foul on Bruni? I believe it is. Kind of an excuse me foul, and that'll be her 5th if my score sheet's correct.
Yeah, it is.
And so Hammond will come back in for Bruni, first player to foul out.
In the couple of games that I've done, this is the first player to foul out.
Really?
Yeah.
We've had a bunch of fouls in this game.
We have.
So Rita Thurman will go to the line, and she'll get a 1-1. There's only the 7th team foul on the Hawks. As they give Parker time to get into the Third lane space on the right side. Mooney's just second time she's been at the charity stripe, and it
Well, it's
rattles in
Thurman.
and out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Thurman.
I know what you meant.
They look just alike.
They do.
Back come the Hawks, and they throw it away. They had some numbers, but the pass was too wide for Hammond. And they give it back to the Owls. You're right. It's trouble seeing the numbers, so you try and figure them out by features. And they look too close to the same for me. And we've got a whistle and a timeout on the floors. Thurman was having trouble in the backcourt. Robert James will call a timeout. 1:54 to play in the game. Hawks still lead by 5. This is the Clopton Invitational on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Hayden's Motorsports Center, Royal Banks, and County Market in Vandalia.
Hi, this is Brock Mitchell, and I am a physical therapist with Advanced Physical Therapy in Bowling Green. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat everything from sports injuries to work rehabilitation, arthritis, and post-surgical rehabilitation. This includes spinal care, balance issues, and vestibular treatment. You have a choice when it comes to physical therapy, and we hope you choose Advanced Physical Therapy. Conveniently located across from Bowling Green High School on Business 61. Call us today to schedule your next physical therapy appointment at 573-324-6079.
Area High School Sports on the Eagle 102 is brought to you by Pike County Memorial Hospital and Cellular and Satellite Center.
Out of the timeout, the Owls have it. Gradicke at the high post. Fakes the give and go. Now kicks it right wing to Mooney. She'll dribble right baseline, find some space up off the glass and good.
Funny how all of a sudden it's a 3-point game.
That it is. 1:35 to play. Hawks haven't scored for a while. And it's nearly stolen away and deflected out of bounds by Hall against the pressure. But it goes out of bounds far sideline. That's where Yates will take it out. And Clopton wants to call a timeout. And they'll do just that. 1:29 to play in the game. 49-46. The Hawks will have it when we come back. This is the high school game of the week at Clopton Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Beinhoff Funeral Homes, and Center Locker Service.
Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, your high-quality 1-2 punch to knock out tough building projects. Bowling Green Ready Mix for all your concrete and concrete supplies, and the only plant locally owned and operated. And Kearns Construction for new homes, remodeling jobs, repair work, and even snow removal. Just call 573-324-3433 and let the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction Company go to work for you.
Follow Area High School Sports on KJFM Radio, brought to you by Young Enterprises, Family Drug, and Brown Smokehouse Meats.
Out of the timeout, the Hawks have it into the front court. Yates now throws it away. Stolen by Isom. Isom dribbles into a double team and loses it right back to the Hawks. Loose ball to Parker. She'll go to the layup. It's no good. Gradicke with the rebound. Wild and woolly. Down to mid and stolen away by Yates. Another turnover. Yates now will try and slow things down with a 3-point lead. And now we've got another timeout as she got into a double team and had no place to go. And the Hawks will have to call a timeout with 58 seconds to play. Let's keep it right here. Yeah, it's going to be a 30-second timeout, I believe.
What a game. Clopton led by as many as 14 not that long ago.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that lead has disappeared, obviously. So, the Owls have a chance to cut into this 3-point lead and turn it over twice.
Yeah.
And, let's see. That's 23 turnovers for the Owls in this game. Hawks not far behind, however, as they've got, 19. So, a close competitive game here. Not exactly the best played game.
Yeah.
I would say, but it's been very competitive and entertaining.
I tell you what, they ought to be lucky. I don't know about you, Jim, but when I played, for the number of turnovers we had, that's how many up and downs we had.
Oh, so you had more turnovers than points?
Yeah, well, and we did a lot of running, a whole lot of running.
In practice the next day.
Yeah, between free throws and up and downs.
So let's see what the Hawks have drawn up. Hammond will trigger it in right here below us. Gets it to Parker just into the backcourt. She's hounded by Thurman. We're under a minute to play. Parker loses the handle, and we're going to have a jump ball as Gradicky dives in with 4 fouls.
They called that quick.
And the alternating arrow will give it back to the Owls. So they have a chance with a 3, which they have not hit a 3 in this entire game, to tie it. Down to 47 seconds. Thurman on a pick and roll with Gradicky. Gets it to Mooney. She's all alone underneath. Her layup's up and good. It's a 1-point game. Inbounded to Parker, down to 37 seconds. Parker against the full court pressure, zigzags through. Now she's got numbers, gets it underneath the hammock. Her shot's blocked. Blocked by Isom. She comes away with the loose ball. And Robert James calls a timeout. 25.9 seconds to go. The Owls will have the ball. They trail by 1 with a chance to win it in the final possession. You're listening to the Clopton Invitational on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Penrod Real Estate, Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic, and People's Savings Bank in Bowling Green.
Hello, my name is Lisa Blossom Payne. My family owns and operates McCoy Blossom Funeral Homes and Crematory. We have 3 locations to serve you: Bowling Green, Troy, and Hawk Point. We provide both traditional funerals and cremation services. In addition, we also offer pre-arrangement options that freeze the cost. If you would like further information, please contact McCoy Blossom Funeral Homes and Crematory at 573-213-5110.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102, is brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicky Cadwalder Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Well, here we go, 25.9. What's Robert James drawn up? They trail by 1, but they have the ball.
Last shot.
Gets it to Mooney. Right elbow, now in the corner, Isom. She'll penetrate in. Her shot's up, no good. Rebound to the Hawks. To Smith. Now she throws it away. Stolen by Hall. Hall pulls up short corner 3, or 15, no good. Rebound for the Hawks, or the Owls, I should say, but it's no good. And there is a foul. Man, what did I ever mess that up? Thurman got the rebound when Hall missed from a short corner from about 15, and so Thurman will go to the line. It's a shooting foul, I believe, and she'll get 2 shots, trailing by 1. So the junior fouls on Talbert, her 3rd. Aims and fires. The first one's good. She'll get a second. And I'm not sure, but I don't think Clopton has a timeout, so they're just going to have to get it and go either way. Thurman, we're tied at 49. 10 seconds to play. With the second. Aims and fires off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounds loose, and we got a foul.
Oh, my goodness.
A rebounding foul.
And we'll head to the other end where Clopton's going to get to shoot, too.
They'll call it on Thurman, which will be her 4th, and we'll walk to the other end. And Brea Smith will go to the line with a tie game, 8.5 seconds to play with 2 shots.
I think we can all say, Jim, winning games on free throws, if that's what happens, is not the most exciting.
Well, nobody's done that yet.
I said if it happens.
The first one's no good, and Robert James is going to call a timeout to set up a play if they make it.
I tell you what.
Let's stay here.
Let's stay here.
Or
are we going to have another overtime game? We've already had one today.
It wouldn't shock me.
At this point, nothing would shock me.
It wouldn't shock me. So let's recap. Thurman had a chance to take the lead, made 1 out of 2, tied it. Smith now misses the first of 2. She'll come out of the timeout with 1 free throw remaining, tied at 49 with 8.5 seconds. Coach Robert James of Silex has drawn up what he wants to happen in the event of a make.
Yeah.
Or miss, in that for that matter, because they'll have a chance to run down and win it either way. But if it goes in, obviously you'll get to take it out of bounds.
My question to you, though, is do you hold it and take it to overtime, or do you try to score?
Oh, heck no. You give it to either Thurman or Mooney, have been going to the hole all night, and let them go.
All right.
What are the odds that they'll get fouled?
Well, in
Pretty
this game,
good. Pretty
in
good.
this game, it's going to happen.
So Smith, let's see if she can do it from the free throw line and give the Hawks the lead. The sophomore. Aims and fires, and it drops over the front of the rim, and it's good. Here come the Owls. They give it to Isom. Isom up the left side, now Thurman. She throws it away. Stolen by Parker. And they've got a whistle. It goes out of bounds, but it's only got 0.3 of a second as Parker dribbled it off her foot. So the Owls do have a chance to catch and shoot with 0.3, but you're going to have to be quick.
Yeah, you are.
Smith's free throw gives the Hawks the lead at 50-49. Mooney to throw it in. Gets it to Gradicky. Her shot's no good, and that'll do it. The Hawks survive. A great battle between two EMO conference rivals. And the Lady Hawks win it 50-49. Our postgame show's next on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up.
Brown's Smokehouse Meats and Silex can help with all your meat processing, retail, wholesale, and custom butchering. Brown's Smokehouse Meats invite you to stop by their retail location in Troy at 185 East Cherry Street. For all your smokehouse meats, deer processing, and homemade sausage, be sure to visit Brown's Smokehouse Meats, Silex, in Troy.
Lynn's Heritage House isn't your average senior living facility. At Lynn's, residents have an abundance of social and recreational activities, including trips to the Twin Pike Family YMCA, numerous craft projects, and even the occasional day trip around Pike County. As a resident, you can enjoy the same independent lifestyle you've always enjoyed, but with the peace of mind knowing that help is available when needed. For more information, visit Lynn's Heritage House, 800 Kelly Lane in Louisiana, or online at lynsheritage.com.
CMC Distributing in Louisiana is the place to turn for steel, culverts, industrial supplies, and central welding supplies. In addition, CMC Distributing offers trailer parts, truck accessories, truck beds, and trailer repairs. At CMC Distributing, they always go the extra mile while working hard to make sure you're satisfied. They do it that way for a simple reason. They appreciate your business. CMC Distributing, Highway 54, west of Louisiana.
From our roots in St. Louis, Royal Banks of Missouri is branching out to continue serving you with our locations in St. Charles, Jerseyville, Granite City, and now in Hannibal, Center, and New London. Royal Banks of Missouri, the community bank in your community.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
Well, it was a nail-biter here in this semifinal matchup, but Jim Ross, Marion Everhart, Clopton Lady Hawks come away with the win on a free throw made by Brea Smith with, I think it was 8-point-some-odd seconds left, and was able to give them the 1-point lead as the Clopton Hawks advance onto the championship game to face Ellsbury by the score of 50-49. Silex will move down, and they will take on Monroe City in the third-place game on Friday night. And Louisiana, who won in overtime over Mark Twain, is still waiting to see who their opponent will be. It's looking like it's going to be Winfield. Winfield had a pretty nice lead at half over Wright City. But, of course, we'll have full recap of scores for you on the scoreboard page at kjfmradio.com.
Doozy of a fourth quarter. The Hawks led by 13 at the end of the third quarter, and Silex outscored them 19-7 in the fourth quarter and won it 50-49.
Wow.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the scoring because we are here all week, so we don't want to stay here forever, do we?
Not exactly.
Yes, a couple interesting stats. These are unofficial, too. All the excitement, I don't know what I might have missed, but anyway. Skylar Parker, she had 15 for the Hawks to lead them in scoring, 11 each for Shanna Yates and Stasha Talbert, 10 for Madeline Bruni, and 4 for Brea Smith. The Hawks were 15 for 29 from the free throw line, and they turned it over 20 times. For the Lady Owls, a number of players in the scoring column for them. Abigail Mooney led them with 13, 9 for Sarah Gradicky, 8 for Maddie Hall, 6 each for Maddie Isom and Carly Ellis, 5 for Rita Thurman, and 2 for Tori Mudd. The Owls were 7 for 14, so pretty big free throw differential, 14-29. But the key stat for the Lady Owls, 24 turnovers in the game. So
yeah, I think both the Clopton Lady Hawks and the Silex Lady Owls will be working on some ball handling skills, maybe some passing going on before Friday night's matchups.
44 turnovers between the two of them. Yeah, that's a bunch. Let's take our final break of the night. We'll be back to wrap up tonight, tell you about what's coming tomorrow. It should be a good one right after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Alicia Koenig, owner of Remax Realty Shop, Sun Window Company, and Sparks Maintenance Contracting.
At Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair in Vandalia, they say it's better to prevent a breakdown than having to pay for one. Preventative maintenance is key, but if your machinery should break down, Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair is there to serve you in the shop, on the farm, or roadside. See Craig's for semi-truck and trailer repair, oil changes, overhauls, and much more. Farm planting season to harvest season and beyond, Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair can help keep all your equipment and big rigs rolling. Call in or stop in today. Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair, Highway 54 east of Vandalia.
Great hair doesn't happen by chance. It happens by an appointment with PJ Salon. Make your appointment today and look your absolute best. PJ Salon in the Raintree Mall in Louisiana is your full-service salon, offering manicures, pedicures, tanning, and much more. Gift certificates for your someone special are always available, and walk-ins are welcome at PJ Salon. You may have 99 problems, but your hair doesn't have to be one of them. PJ Salon in Louisiana.
If you expect the best in customer service and want quality insurance coverage on the things you love, the Evans Insurance Agency is a must-call. Call 816-772-5182 and talk to Scott to tap into his many, many moons of experience, or Shaylee for her friendly attitude. And if all else fails, ask to talk to Will Evans. She's the real boss anyway. The Evans family is here for your home, auto, and business needs.
Tell my mom and dad put into it.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on the Eagle 102. Brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Well, it was a doozy here tonight. We had a number of good games.
Yeah, we did.
Two for sure. Nail biters, actually.
Oh, man.
Let's run through it quickly for you. Ellsbury advances to the championship game with a 30-16 win over Monroe City. Louisiana breaks their long losing streak and gets to a trophy game in the Consolation semifinal with a 43-40 overtime win over Mark Twain. Wright City falls to Winfield 51-13, so it'll be Winfield and Louisiana at 5 o'clock on Friday night. Monroe City Silex at 6:30 in the third place game, and as we just told you, Clopton defeated Silex 50-49. And Clopton and Ellsbury will play at 8 o'clock. Now, tomorrow night we've got boys action. We should have some more Rock'em Sock'em stuff tomorrow night.
We should. We'll talk about starting the middle school gym at 6 o'clock. Number 8 Silex will take on number 5 Clopton. Immediately following that's number 7 Mark Twain facing number 6 Wright City. Here in the high school gym, the first game of the night at 6 o'clock is number 1 Monroe City taking on number 4 Ellsbury, followed by number 2 Winfield taking on number 3 Louisiana. Broadcast-wise, we'll have the Silex Clopton boys matchup for you in the middle school gym. And as soon as that's over, we'll switch over to the high school gym for the Winfield Louisiana matchups.
No upsets so far in this boys' side of the bracket. Now, what did you say we're doing tomorrow night?
We're going to start in the middle school gym at 6 o'clock for Silex and Clopton. And then we'll immediately jump over to Winfield, Louisiana here in the high school gym at 7:30. Are you up to date? Of course, we'll have game breaks from both the other games to keep you on your toes. But, Jim, here's a little fun stat I learned today by looking at the program at the Clopton Invitational booklet that we have. There's only 3 years out of the 24 years the Clopton Invitational has been going on, the Clopton Lady Hawks have not played for the championship trophy. Out of 24 years, only 3 times have they not played for the championship trophy.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That is. So, there you go.
You can take that a number of ways, right?
You can. And I would like to point out that I said play for the championship trophy. I didn't say win. I said play for it.
Well, I was looking back, if you want a fun fact.
Okay.
On the girls' side of the bracket, in the last –
I had my notes written out. What's wrong with you?
I've got them. I just can't find them. I got to get to the girls' division.
These are
of
fun
the last 8 years.
It's
either been Clopton or Monroe City win this tournament.
All
so
this year might be a new one.
Well, it could still be
Clopton.
Clopton. However, they'll come in as the 2 seed this year.
And Ellsbury has already beat them once this year.
They have, so that ought to be a doozy. Matchup again on Friday night, but be sure to come out tomorrow night. We expect some good games tomorrow night. If you haven't seen Monroe City play.
Or Winfield. Those are pretty impressive teams, and Louisiana boys are going to put up a heck of a fight.
That'll be a heck of a game.
Yeah, it will.
But Monroe City they finished second in the state last year. They're state ranked right now. And Ellsbury that'll be a fun game too, because Ellsbury likes to go up and down and run, and so that'll be a fun game to watch too. So come on out tomorrow night. You're going to get to see a lot of good men's basketball tomorrow night.
That's right. We always encourage you to come out and support the area athletes. If you just can't make it, we'll have stuff for you right here on Eagle 102.
You betcha.
So for Mark Froelich and Zach Evans earlier tonight, for Jim Ross, I'm Marion Everhart. You've been listening to the Clopton Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.